Hello and welcome to another Wednesday evening chat with Louise. Well, I don't know about you, but I love summer. I love the sunshine. I'm so glad it's back, and I love it even more now Mercury retrograde is gone and it's going forward again. And it's quite ironic really, seeing as I did a little, vlog on how much I love Mercury retrograde and how it's a really good time to go back. And it is. I haven't changed my opinion on it at all, but I have learnt some real lessons this time. And obviously I'm getting far too cocky for my own good, because I honestly think I'm really trying to work hard on myself and be a good person, be the best person I can be. And then I think I'm sailing along on the universe going, nah. Like last week in the flood. That all turned out marvellously in the end. I've got a new heater that's amazing. The plumber was superb and really reasonable, because that scared me, and he was amazing. I worked so hard, and I had to do a lot of things to put things right, but I'm really chuffed. So that positive spin on that. So I'm sitting a little bit funny today because I woke up this morning, and one of the things I told you about last week was about how I haven't been really eating properly and tending to think, oh, I won't have lunch, I'll have an ice cream, and know it plays havoc with my joints. I'm a really, really healthy person if I eat really clean, no sugar. But I got up this morning and I've been doing a fast, and every other day fast. So literally I'll eat one day and then don't eat the next day. And I've only been doing it 3 days, but I already feel so much better. Unbelievable. And learning about your relationship with food is really, really one that I struggle with, because food has become, if you take it back to childhood, when we were little, if you ate all your dinner, you could have a pudding. And similarly, if you've been really good or done something good, then sweets were a treat. We didn't have them every day. Back in the 60s, people didn't. I don't know, 60s, early 70s, and it was just, but it's that association with being good or working hard. It's a reward. So I very much had that. And then going into adulthood, and when things go wrong, then it would be very much like, oh, I've had a crap day, I deserve this. Or I've worked really hard, I deserve this. So having to get past that bit of, oh, well, like today, I've been cutting the grass. So the grass takes 5 hours to do, all the trimming and everything else, and I cut the hedge, and I like to do it in one day and then it's done. So normally I'd have a coffee before I start, go out, cut the first 2 little fields, come back in, have a coffee, have a snack, because I'm doing something, and then and by the end of the day I'd have gone probably off the trajectory completely and decided I deserve Prosecco. Probably did. So today I'm like, oh, can I do it on a fasting day? And yes, I can. But going back, because I have digressed, was this morning when I woke up, I was thinking, well, I'm going to be cutting the grass, I'm going to be doing all that. And I am only sat on a ride-on, but it is a bit bumpy, and you're getting up and doing gates and strimming and that. But I thought I really ought to start doing my weights, and working my abs, and working on my core strength basically, because I do find that's important too. And I thought, you know what? No. You've started your fasting this week. It can wait till last week. So what did the universe say? Yeah, you should have done it. Went in the garage, picked up the jerry can that's full of fuel. My mistake, I filled it to the top this time. It's one of them big army jerry cans. Picked it up. You're committed when you're putting it in. Then my back went, and I'm like, oh my God. And I know why. It was my core strength. So thank you, universe, for that one. So it's reminded me that about the water heater and cleaning, and the things I didn't want to do have had to be done now. Yeah, if I don't look after myself, and this whole relationship with food and my body, and it becomes a little bit of a battle. One, you become to think that food's your enemy, and 2, you also start to feel a bit like this, our human body's our enemy. And I just think my poor body at night when I go to sleep, it must lay there going, just keep her asleep. Let me heal. let me rest. A bit like when we think about our guardian angel sitting there with her head in their hands going, what has she done today? You know, and I can feel it's only been, a few fasts, and already I feel like a different person. So yes, the universe has whizzed in and gone, listen to your body. Putting myself first has never really been an easy one to do. I've always had that responsibility about, we must work, that comes first, and if it hurts, it doesn't matter, you've got to do the work, you've got to bring in the money, you've got to look. I suppose that's one of the things about living alone, you are responsible for everything. And I think as a woman living alone, you do then step into the masculine energy more, and then I think I've got to start and look at that balance between the feminine and the masculine again, and go, actually, nurturing is a good. So where I would have come in from doing the first two and had a coffee and something to eat and I just sat, almost meditated, not fully, but just sat and allowed myself, had some water, and then breathed, there's no rush, and then went back out. And today has been a lot more pleasant doing that. So it'll be interesting to see how long I can keep this up. But I do feel there has to be more stillness in life. There has to be more quiet and more listening. I think many of us as being very empathic, we're very good at listening to others. We're very good at taking on board other people's emotions and other people's energies, and then I think we hold them. I do think we hold them in our bodies sometimes, and now it's a time, I think, it's midsummer, I know, but you've got to think we're on that trajectory down to winter now. Isn't this a time of nurturing? Isn't this a time of looking after ourselves? And to be honest with you, if you like my back, yeah, it's achy, I can move, but I know I've done it. So you're not in your peak to help other people anyway. So I do think this is a really important lesson about you first, putting yourself first, and perhaps listening to the nuances that we tend to ignore, because it's so easy to go, oh, that twinge there, or that feels a bit swollen today, or this doesn't feel quite right. Oh, it'll be fine. I don't believe in the aging thing. I believe that half of what our problems are what we do to our bodies and what we eat. And I know that once I get back onto healthy eating and look at it as no longer fighting my body and no longer food being the enemy, I am going, by doing this fasting in this way, on the days when I decide to eat, which I've already found not that hungry anyway, but I'll eat really, really lovely food, something I can actually look forward to, that's nourishing. And if I'm going to have a day when I want to go and have an ice cream and some Prosecco or whatever, I will. But it won't be in that. It'll be because I've decided that's the day, not because I'm still in that mentality where, oh, I must have something for a treat because life's tough. And as for my body and listening to that, I should thank it. I should be so grateful for the things it allows me to do, the places I go, the things, the fact I can lift heavy things normally if I've got a good core. I don't feel my age. And most of my friends are younger anyway, and we have so much fun. I'm not prepared to give into that. I'll stuff my face with sugar and say I'm getting old. I'm not doing it. Anyway, I've waffled on long enough, but it's lovely to be here with you again. So I hope you're enjoying the sunshine, and I hope you're all really well. And I always appreciate your comments. Thank you.